Mm. Yes, the roosters are still here. Let's see. Trying to get set up here a little bit, y'all. I don't even know if anyone's in here. I can't see yet. I'm shooting from the hip, like normal. All right. So I'm definitely gonna work on this one. This is one I was working on the other day, and I was having problems getting all my grinder scratches out. Yes, I do make sheaths. Um, Michael, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a good day. Well, stick around for a minute. This is what I'm working on. So the other day I was working on this one on the live, and I was having a hard time getting the 60 grit scratches from the grinder out of it when I went to the Scotch-Brite belt. And I finally just kind of put it down and came back to it later because I lost my train of thought. I was wanting to be done with it, and I was like kind of like almost rushing it, and I was fixing to mess it up. So I put it down and then came back to it today. I put it back on the belt sander with a finer belt, and that's the coarse Scotch-Brite belt. So I'm gonna finish with the medium and the fine, and then this will be ready to get a handle. Well, I'm gonna etch my logo on it because I haven't done that live for a while, and then it'll be ready to get a handle put on it. I see I got some comments here real quick. I'm not used to that. Hang on. Limbo Man, thanks for coming in. You might be gone already. Gifted a knife, I need a better sheath. I mean, I don't know. Depends. It's like you would have to, you gotta have the knife to make the sheath. What do you make for content? Lately, pretty much all my content's been knife stuff. I do some stuff on the garden. I don't really do many live stuff in the garden, but or sometimes chickens. I don't know. A little bit of whatever I feel like filming. Mostly it's knife stuff lately. Hello, do you? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Southern Alabama, right on. Near North Florida. All right, so I'm gonna get started. No, I'm a little ways away from there, a couple states away. So this is the side I had to fix. So that's coarse Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna do medium and fine. Fake knife. Yep, I made this. It's a fake knife I made from fake 1084 steel, and it's getting fake micarta handles. Thank you, Michael. Probably not. It's not really what I'm into. I don't make knives very much bigger than this usually. Well, first of all, I got a little grinder, and then my heat treating oven is not real big either. It all what cost? The knife? Everything that goes into making it. Oh my gosh. A lot of money. I mean, it's hard to tell. You buy it all over a long period of time. You could probably start making a knife with $100 worth of tools. It would take you forever because you'd be hand sanding and filing. But all right, Polly. Actually, I appreciate that. It kind of helps me get through the live streams when people are talking. So you don't need to apologize. This sander, I think, is close to. I think was close to $200. They're quite a bit cheaper now. But you can get like a Harbor Freight version for. They used to be $60. They may be 70 or 80 now. And you can use that. It runs really, really fast, but this one's variable speed. But you can start out with almost no money. But you could do all this with a file pretty much. I can tell you, each knife cost me somewhere between $30 and $50 to make. I don't use anything too fancy for handles. And most of that, more than half of that, is just sandpaper. Alright, so that's off the fine Scotch-Brite belt there. That'll be my final finish. So now I can start getting probably dang near get my fingerprint off of there. I get the handle ready next, and then I'll etch my logo, and then I'll take it inside and glue it together tonight probably if I get all that done. They're totally trying to get me in trouble, the music. What's up, Garrett? Hope you're doing good. Where did you grow up? I don't know if you're talking to me or Garrett. Guessing it says G, so Garrett. We're not sure that he's grown up yet. We think he might be AI. I'm joking. He's not AI. I know he's not AI. It's a bad joke. It's ongoing. I think he's almost over hearing about it. So it's going to be the handle on this one. Burlap micarta. Just like this one is here. I want to sand these first a little bit. Will help my pencil mark show up. feel like they totally put the on-off switch in the wrong spot in this machine. It's all the way in the back. When you have it set up this way, it's in the back. I guess I probably don't use it how they intended you to. Wasting my time. Yeah, this is actually, I don't know what it is actually. I think it was a cutout for a sink on a countertop or something. I actually bought a house, and this was in the garage of the house that I bought, and kept it. I don't live in that house anymore, but I do still have this. Alright. I'm getting like, I skipped a step. I don't need to be marking. I don't need to be marking those yet. Pencil. Cleaning up the edges on all my pins and stuff. I'm actually going to sand this again. I don't want that pencil line on there yet. Getting ahead of myself. Got working a little bit. I'm not cold anymore. It was kind of cold out here when I got out here. trash can. Get this thing out of my way. I mean, you can get it, dude. You don't. Like, I've been collecting this stuff since I was 18. So I drill the hole. I put my little pin in there to keep everything from moving around. This pin, I can already tell, isn't going to want to stay. Okay, I got a problem because I don't know where my 1/4-inch drill bit is. Let's see here. Pretty sure it's in here. When I cleaned the bench off, I kind of cheated and I threw a bunch of stuff in here. My short 1/4-inch drill bit I have in that set over there is broken. I think I see it there. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That ain't it. Okay, hopefully it's in here. I'm not seeing any more drill bits in here. You're doing good. That's good. Oh, I saw you put up a video a day or two ago. I gotta get over and watch it. I don't even know. Garrett and Polly are having their own little conversation. Which is cool. I just don't know that I can keep up with it. Alright. So to the bucket of drill bits. Sure, it's gonna be the nastiest, rustiest. This almost looks like it. Hey, that might work. I'm not sure, it's just a little. Set that one to the side for a second. I can hardly read them, so I don't even try, but especially when they're this small and rusted. I think this is the one. I'll sand this tube down just a little if I have to. Yeah, it's so small. It's not, I don't even think it's a bad eyesight thing. I want to not think it's a bad eyesight thing or a glasses thing. It's just so small and they're hard to read. The way it just, you got to catch the shine just right. Yeah, it's not quite. It's not quite there, man. Yeah, I got a cheap digital pair over here too, but I don't know. I just set it on the tube and then I obviously should have had something that was better because it just barely don't. Let's see what we can do here. I think my digital pair don't have a battery in them. Yeah, I do want it to. I mean, I want it right in between. I don't want to have to hammer it together, but I don't want it to be loose either. If doing this just a little bit don't work, then I'll have to find a different drill bit. Now I can't get it out of there. There we go. Thank you, Brian. It's pretty fancy for a little one like that. You can get them on Amazon. That's where I got that one. Just look up 1x30 belt sanders. You'll find them. All right. So I can put it in pretty easily, but it doesn't like. I can push it through, but it's not going to fall through. So we'll call that good. Sorry about that noise. I don't know where that came from. The right side one. So this is going to be the left side one. I'm lost here. First of all, not no messages. What's up, Kaiser? Good luck with that, Polly. Right on, Polly. You have a good night. I'm seeing something right here. What was wrong? Yeah, hit that like and that subscribe, y'all. And chat it up. If you got any questions or anything, I am here reading. I might be quiet, but I'm reading comments. I'm paying attention. Man, I got it. It fits, but it's tight. Alright, so I want to mark. We got it over the edge just a little. I can't believe I did that. I'm going to have to shave a little tiny bit off of the knife, which I usually do a little bit anyway, but it's going to be a little more than I normally do. See if they'll go together together. Sometimes that's not that easy. Yeah, this one. This one wants to be a pain. Alright, I'm going to have to do something there. Let's sand this tube down just a little. Probably open that hole up just a tiny bit. This is called micarta. This here is specifically burlap micarta. Oh, this is a knife here that I just finished. Well, I finished the handle. The knife's not done, but almost. And that's the burlap micarta. That's how it ends up looking. It's like a resin, so they take burlap and like an epoxy resin, some type of stuff, and they layer it into the burlap, and then they press it while it dries, and then you get these. So it's what pretty much every knife I've been making lately has been micarta. This one's canvas, OD green canvas micarta. I've really been kind of on a kick with the micarta lately. So it makes a nice handle. It's pretty strong and durable, and it's fairly easy to work with. So, this machine's kind of loud. Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's not like G10 is harder, but G10 is like it's hard to cut. It's hard on your material or your like your blades and stuff. And worst of all, it stinks. It stinks so bad. Even with your respirator on, G10 reeks. So I don't like it very much. All right, here we go. I did see a comment about them chickens. They've got to go. They're just a pain in my butt right now. See, you can pretty much tell what I've done handles of. All my Carta and Kydex for sheets. Okay, so now we got it kind of like roughly cut into a handle shape here. What's up, Monty? Yeah, we still got the rooster. And we got the bonus hen that showed up yesterday. Just a random hen decided it was going to move into the chicken coop. No idea where it came from. Yeah, I just don't want one of the neighbors to show up and be like, "Why you got my chicken?" Because we didn't go get no one's chicken. I looked outside and I'm like, that's not our chicken." And Kula was like, "I thought there looked like it was a different chicken out there." And she's out there feeding them table scraps. No wonder it didn't want to leave. Life is good here as a chicken. Well, for most of them, maybe not these guys in here. We'll see. They're about to get rehomed. I need to raise my table back up. It's where's the Allen wrench? Dude, I never move this Allen wrench. Like I'm not supposed to. Man. Y'all see it? The silver Allen wrench. It should be right here. If it's in my pocket. Not in my pocket. Man, I've been doing pretty good at not having this happen, but this is like 90% of making a knife sometimes. Looking for the freaking tool. Oh, I bet I scooped it up and put it in here when I was picking up tools. Maybe. Not seeing it. And there's a whole pack of them, but that ain't it. It's a loose one. I'll grab those to make sure. Oh, I know the other place. I bet it is. It's probably in the drill bit box. I'll bet that's where it is. Probably scooped it up, put it in here. I mean, I see one. There it is. Bam. Yeah. Good old 10mm sockets. No, this is the one thing. I'm pretty good at not losing. It's pretty much always sitting here. It kind of just goes to this machine, so it needs to be right next to it all the time. I have to put this little like drop down bracket on here I made that lowers this table down. Because when I use my jig, sometimes the table's up too high and you're hitting the edge up here instead of on the flat part. But now I'm not using the jig, so I need my table to come back up, so I'm hitting the flat part. It's really pretty simple. That's all. I just made that piece and it just lowers the table. I should try to drill some holes like halfway, and I might be able to find a little happy medium where I can do both things. I could do that. The problem with magnets, any magnets around here get covered with dust. I don't know if you can see this one's way back out of the way and it's already got fur. They get covered in the metal. What am I looking for? This one looks. Like, watch this. See, it's pretty clean. Probably not even too much metal dust, but yeah, it's not clean at all no more. Okay, let's try this again. Get another drink. Safety specs. Okay, now got the shape a little more refined. I got the profile all matched up. So now it's time to finish this front edge here. I kind of want a specific angle on it here. Alright, should kind of have all our, pretty much our basic shape of our handle now. Yeah, that's about how I wanted it. I wanted my the handle to kind of follow the bevel angle. I want just a little bit of it left on there. Now we'll finish this front edge. Get it ready to glue, and I'll etch my logo in there, and it'll be ready to glue. Okay, before I bevel these edges on the front, I need to make sure these things are close to the same thickness, because I've had it happen before where they're not. If you're not like actually measuring and you're just marking it the way I'm about to mark it, that'll mess you up. I need a knife. That's my little mark I'm going to grind down to. The table leg right in the way. I'll get you guys pretty close, but I guess that's going to have to work. I guess the chat's just stopped, huh? All these people in here, no one wants to make fun of me or nothing. Could double tap that screen and give me a like, that'd be cool. It's free. Maybe a subscribe. I did a knife giveaway yesterday. It's my first one I've ever done. Because I finally hit 1,000 subscribers after like 5 years. See, I'm kind of sneaking up on my line there. Hey, Robert Martinez, thank you. My favorite handle material to use is micarta. Definitely right now, it's micarta. Let's just talk about that. I'm kind of like everything I've been making for a while has been micarta. This one's burlap micarta. I got another one over here that's burlap, one that's OD green canvas, and one that's python micarta. It's got like a snake print in it. Make sure I grind it from the right side. Got a little like too much burrs on it. I'm worried it's going to hold it up off the thing, so I'm going to hit it on this one. I don't know if that made any sense, but the rough edges, I was worried it would hold it up just enough off the table to change the little measurement from the line there. I do not make my own micarta. I ordered this. It'd be something to be. It would be cool to do someday, but I don't. I buy what I can get. I got my favorites. Like this is burlap, but one of my favorites lately has been this crosscut micarta from Pops. It's got very much like a wood grain look to it, but it's obviously micarta. That was a 60 grit. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if I've seen you around here. I feel like maybe I have. We'll let those cool down just a little bit too. So this is a burlap one that I'm not done with the knife. I still need to sharpen it and make a sheath, but the handle's done. And that's what I'm working with right now is burlap micarta. And then this is like a OD green canvas. This fucking rooster. I like the OD green canvas. That's been one of my favorites lately. This is the Python one. I'm not quite done with it, but I might start, I don't know. A lot of people like brighter colors, so I might start getting some more brighter colors. Yeah, I do like the OD green. It's one of my favorite. The canvas, man, it's got like just the canvas pattern and it looks really cool. So this is gonna get an OD green, what's the stuff? Kydex sheath. So, and this one's getting a Kydex sheath, and then this one will get leather. And then this is the knife I'm working on. These scales go onto this knife. So, and it's gonna have a lanyard tube and 2 brass pins. All right, cool off. That micarta can't get too hot when you're sanding it. Thank you, Robert. It's this one's giving me some troubles. I was working on it the other day. And I was trying to rush through it, and I was on the verge of like screwing something up. Thankfully, I quit and came back to it later, and everything went just fine. Sometimes that's what you got to do. What's up, Brian? Hope you're doing good. Felt really touchy on the tracking here. There we go. Good enough. Right on. Man, we got our sleep schedule so messed up here. It's like noon for me right now. Should be midnight, but it feels like noon. I'll read that in just a second, Robert. I worked on the knife for a few weeks and was finishing up the scales, and I was close to being finished, and I started rushing and jacked one of the scales up completely. Yep. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. Especially like that's a good time to mess up is right when you're starting to glue everything together and you're in a hurry because everything's sticky and covered with glue and the glue's gonna dry. And, it's really easy to screw stuff up at that point. I really need to sand these where I should have put something behind them. Got some tear out from my drill, so I need to sand that. This one's not as bad, but I still got to sand it just as much to keep them the same thickness. And then I'll polish these front edges up, and I'm gonna drill a bunch of little just dimples in the back to give me a little more glue surface area. And these will be ready. How long have I been going? Almost an hour and a half. Probably not gonna go much longer. So. Okay, over here to this one. This is gonna take forever. I should have put a board behind it or something that would have kept this whole process from having to happen. sand both of them, so one of them didn't end up however much thinner than the other. Yeah, I like the burlap, like that, just like the canvas micarta. It gets a nice, it has like a nice pattern in it, you know. All right, so I got that taken care of. That was where I screwed up and didn't put nothing behind it when I drilled the holes, because I drilled them from this side, which is the inside. That's the side that's going to be on the tang of the knife. I drilled them out the outside where you're going to see it. It had some tear out there. I got that sanded out. I don't even remember which one was the bad side now. I do remember it was the back hole was the worst. It was, might have been this one. I know there was a tiny bit left when I got done, because I'm going to have to sand it when I finish the knife anyway. So I mean, I drilled it from the back instead of the front. I guess my music quit playing too at some point. I touched the pin with the arbor there. I shouldn't do that, but at least it didn't mess up the scales. Sounded worse than it was. So there's the front edge of them polished. Last thing I want to do is this. Thanks, Robert. Still got one more step before these are ready to glue. Bring them over here, and I just kind of, I'm going to drill holes through them. I just drill texture into it, basically, is what I'm trying to do. Doesn't want to clamp on that. There's not enough edge there to clamp it. Usually I like to put stuff in the vise. I don't have to worry about it moving around, but this will be fine. Alright. Back over here. See, that just gives me a little more texture, a little more room to hold glue. So, so now these are ready to be glued on. So I gotta, well, they're not actually. There's one more thing I need to do. Man, I don't measure them at all. I just barely tap it. It gives it a just a little crater. And I have a couple extra holes. I know it's full of them. So this one gets a pin and this one gets a pin. These get glue through them. This will get a lanyard tube, but I could drill more in here. I don't. Some people do. I find that this way works pretty good for me. I'm going to sand this again and rough it up more. It's a little finer than I want it to be for the glue up, but getting the handle ready first and then I will go to that. I want to make sure that these pins will all go in here relatively easily so that when it's all covered with glue. Yeah, it was full of them, Monty. I almost made it too easy. When it's all covered with glue, I want, like, that ain't gonna work. That's not wanting to go in. So I need to do a little more work on this. Sometimes you can just kind of I can't even say it. But yeah, sometimes you can just work the pin in and out of there a couple times and kind of cleans it out. Definitely don't want to mix up glue until I know all this works. It's a sure way to create issues. See, it's just, I don't have, this is why I drill the holes the way, each handle one side at a time, because it can be hard to get all this lined up right. Like that. I can get it going if I hammer it. I don't want to have to hammer it. Yeah, you like that one? There's two of them back there. This one that I still got to sharpen and do a sheath for. And then there's this one that is, it just needs the sheath. It's all sharpened up and ready to go. That's OD green micarta canvas. And this one's called Python. This is a burlap. All those are pretty much, well, two of them need sharpened in a sheath and they all need sheaths. I might just wait till I get this last one that I'm working on here done and do all of the sheaths at once. Right on. Yeah, I got a CRKT that's a Tonto that I bought like way back 2000 probably, maybe even 1999. I bought it on the Snap-on truck, and I've had that knife forever. It's the same way, half serrated. I beat the crap out of it. Alright. It was still pretty tight, but I got it all in there without any tools. See if I can get it apart. Sometimes, yeah, I'm sure I paid too much for it. So sometimes the trick is do something like this. Put the, for whatever reason this one's giving me trouble, put it in first. Yeah, that'll probably work. Alright, so we're going to call all this good enough. Set this off to the side. I usually take them inside now. I don't want to go in. I usually take them inside. Gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what I was buying. It was cool. It was probably summertime. So, you know, the tool truck's got air conditioning. So I was out in the tool truck, and then it was a cool looking knife, so I bought it, and I've had it forever. I use it for pry bar, chisel, and punch. most of the time. Anyway, this is done. Set that to the side for now. I'm just gonna get the last few things done to this so it can be glued up. First thing I want to do is I want to rough this up with some 80 grit. And then I'm going to go over this just once or two passes with that fine. Actually, I think I'm going to do that first. And then I'm going to etch my logo. And hopefully I can do all that and call it a night. So that's my plan. I forgot my plan that quick. I totally said I was going to do this first. I've already done this. I'm just touching it up a little. And after I do my logo, I will have to do it one more time. So rough the tang part up. I'm gonna make sure I don't scratch. My handle comes, I think, out to about here. Make sure I don't scratch past there. I hope that covers. I got a couple scratches out there a little too far. I hope the handle covers them. Which one? You're talking about the little 1x30, I'm sure, not the Green Harbor freight grinder. The little 1x30 grinder is cool. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. A little worried there that I sanded out too far, but I didn't. So let me show you how close I got though. You can see it right there and there, but it's pretty good. I mean, I want a good deep scratch out to where the glue's gonna be, so. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon. If you look up a Toolker, Toolker, 1x30. There is like a bunch of different brands it's sold under now. No, I noticed that they're cheaper now than they were when I bought one. Yep. But like I said, there's, they all come from China, but there's sold under different names now. Anyway, put those to the side. All right. Yeah, no problem, man. Check it out. It's So like, I don't know. I had the Harbor Freight 1x30 forever. And you know, I made it work, but it's too fast. Like, and that's the thing about this. It's still a 1x30, but it's got the variable speed, so you can slow it down. No, I get my belts on Amazon. Um, I like, as far as the heavier grit belts, I like the Norton. I think they're called Norton Blaze. They're orange. They're ceramic. They're not very cheap. Um, those are the ones I use, or use the most of anyway. Some scissors. I don't know if I have any. But no, you could actually get Harbor Freight has 1x30 belts. Almost every time I go in a Harbor Freight, I buy all of the. They're like blue, I think. The metal, the ones that they say are from metal. Sherhill Tulik. Thanks for coming in. I've been working on this knife all night. I got the scales. The scales were just blocks. I got those all shaped and the front edge is ready to go. I put my final belt sanded finish on it. Now I'm about to etch my little logo on here, and then I'll do one more little touch on the belt sounder after that, and then I'll be done for the night. I'll probably take this one inside and glue it together tonight, not on camera. So I got this etching machine here. I think y'all can see it. Yeah, you can see me pointing at it. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I built this. There's a YouTube video I followed. Pretty popular dude on YouTube. I forget. Gosh, I should know his name. I should shout him out. You search up DIY etcher, you'll find it. He's a knife dude. But I completely copied him to make this thing, and I got one lead here, and then you flip this down. One's AC current, one's DC current. I don't remember, but down is etch and up is mark. Um, so when you click it down, it kind of eats into the metal. And when you click it up, it kind of leaves like a black mark. And I'm going to do a little bit of both. And then these are, oh my God, this rooster is going to start now. I got a label maker where I can print out these little stencils. This is like a special stencil paper. Yeah, hit the like button for sure. Oh, I forgot. This is vinegar with some salt in it. I actually need something to stir it up with. Guess we'll use this. I never did stir it. I just poured some vinegar and put some salt in there and ran out here from the house because I was trying to get the live stream going. So yeah, we're down on the etch setting. I'm going to dip this in here. And I usually dip it on a paper towel to kind of get some of the excess off. And then I just start. It almost looks like it doesn't have enough liquid on it. Man, something is not working. Oh, I didn't have it clicked down to etch. Okay, Robert. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was interesting. I probably etched your name on something then. Yeah, that was a couple months ago. I was kind of testing things out and stuff. Sometimes sometimes it goes through the stencil and messes it up. About 1 out of 10, I feel like, does that. All right, yeah. I have those pieces of metal around here somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, if you were in the chat chatting, I etched your name that night. I haven't really showed me etching any of my blades much since then because I did it. You know, I did a whole stream where I did it that night. There's like a fine line between doing this too much and not enough. Both of which end up with a unsatisfactory result. But we're gonna call it quits there. I don't wanna mess it up. This kind of counteracts with that vinegar. Yeah, you can see it leaves like a little haze. This one's worse than sometimes. Come back over here. Fine one. Alright, perfect. 2 hours too. Alright, and there it is. Cleaned off. That one came out pretty nice. So this one's all ready. All ready to glue up. When I go inside to glue this up, I am going to take a little piece of sandpaper with me. And I'm going to try to sand all these pins just a little bit and get it all just to kind of slide together a little easier. Because everything is still just a little too stiff and all that. But there we go. It's all ready to glue together. Looking like a pretty cool knife. All right, thanks y'all for coming in. It's been 2 hours. That's a pretty long stream for me. I do not want to scratch this thing. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. I really do. If y'all hit that like on the way out, that'd be cool. Subscribe. If you want to see what I got for sale on my Etsy, click on my picture on the top left. Takes you to my YouTube page, and right there is my Etsy link. If you're on a phone, it'll be right about in the middle of your screen. So I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night, and I may or may not be back tomorrow. And if I go on Wednesday, let's see. Well, I don't know. I'm way ahead of myself. Tomorrow's only Monday. I may or may not be on tomorrow. I don't know. We'll go from there. So have a good night.